we are going to practice some question in this session. Okay, so you see that I am on the GDB compiler. Okay, these are some practice questions. They are simple, that's why I have written it earlier. Okay, the first one is try to print your name. So this is the solution. Simply you write printf. Okay, I run the code and my name is Shubham. Okay, if you are going to run this, it is going to print you like this. Okay, now I'm going to comment out it and solve the second question again. We have to print your name, but the condition is that your last name, that is Pandey, should be printed in the next line. Like my name is Subham and Pandey is printed in the next line. Okay, so I'm going to comment out this. Okay, and now I go to provide here some space and then I run the program. Okay, see here, you will say my name is Subham and there is a gap. Okay, gap behind this Pandey. So why this gap is there? Because you have written here a gap. Okay, you have provided the gap, and I told you in the previous section that if you as you write in the printf, the same is going to be printed on your console screen. Okay, so now if you want to remove it, you just remove the gap, and when you run this program, it is going to be gap free. Okay, my name is Shubham and Pandey in the next line. Okay, now comment it out. Now in the third question, it is said that we have to print your name, but oh sorry, the condition is not mentioned. I am going to tell you the condition actually. The condition is that I want to print the I want to write the statement in printf like my name is Subham Pandey like this. Okay, but I want that there is a gap in between Subham and Pandey, large gap. Okay, so how I am going to do this? They are in the single line, but there is a large gap, so I'm just going to use a slash t. This t means tab. Okay, so my name is Subham and after a gap, long gap, Pandey is printed. Now run this compiler code. Okay, so you are getting a gap and then you are going to get a print your name. Okay, now comment out and practice some good questions. Okay, so question number 3. Question number 3. What is question number 3 here? Actually, sorry, comment it out first. Okay. Question number 3. Take value from user and print the sum. Okay. Here in this question, you learn three concepts. How to print three value in a single line in printf statement. How to scan two values in a single line in scanf statement. Okay. So I am going to declare two variables first. Okay. Integer uh, num1. Okay. And num1 is going to be taken from user, so I am not going to declare the value here. I am going to put end of line. Now the second number is int num2. Okay, and again end of line. Now see here, oh sorry, mun. It's not mun, it's num. Okay, num. Okay, after that num2. Okay, now see here, I have to say the user that enter the value. For this I am going to use printf. Okay, and I told the user enter numbers. Okay, enter numbers. Okay, after that I am going to provide a semicolon end of line. Okay, now see here again, I have to scan two values, so I write here scanf. Okay, but a small scanf, not capital. Okay, scanf function, and after that I am going to, in the inverted comma, I have to scan two integer value. That's why I use modulus d. They are integer, that why I am using d. If they are character, I am using c. If they are a string, then I am going to use the correct modulus s. Okay, I told you in the previous video. Okay, so percentile d for first variable, that is integer, and for second variable again I am going to write here percentile d. Okay, since I have to store scan two values, that's why I write here percentile d percentile d. Okay, now I come out of the bracket and provide the name where you want to store this value. Means you want to store first value in num1 and second value in num2, so you have to mention in the similar way. Okay, so first value in num1 variable and second value in num2 variable. Okay, after that end of line. Okay, in the similar way, now I have to print their sum. Okay, so how I am going to print their sum? Okay, let's take an third variable. Okay, third variable, that is I'm going to write here int num3. Okay, I declared the third variable, and now when third variable is declared, I'm going to store the sum in third variable. Num3 is equals to num1 plus num2. Okay, now here what happening, num whatever the value is provided by the user is stored in num1 variable and second in num2 variable, and in num3 these two addition of these two values are printed in num3. Okay, actually happening what, num3 is equals to num1 plus num2, so the compiler is going to put the value here instead of the name, and the value of second variable instead of name here. Okay, now add it and stored in a third variable which is also of integer type. Okay, now after that I have to print the value, that is num3. Okay, but I want to print like this. Okay, I want to give the output user like your sum of num1 and num2 is, okay, what, whatever be num3. Okay, whatever be the number. Okay, so I want to print like this. So how I'm going to print, I'm going to use printf. Okay, now printf, actually this num1 and num2 is replaced by its value. I want that num1 and num2 is replaced by its value and num3 is also replaced by its value. Okay, so here how many variables are there? Okay, so I am going to write here the same statement as it is written here, percentile c, sorry, copy here. Okay, now you have written your sum of num1 and num2 is num3. Okay, but here you have to represent the value from this variable, and this num1 is also integer, this num2 is also integer, and num3 is also integer. So instead of writing num1 num2 num3, you are going to write here modulo d. Okay, and here also you replace this by modulo d, and here also you replace this by modulo d. Okay, now what is this modulo d? This is num1. What is this? This is num2 and this num3. So in similar way you are going to provide the name of variables. Okay, so in first percentile d you want to store num1. Okay, in second percentile d you want to display num2, and in third percentile d you want to display num3. Okay, after that end of the line, that is semicolon, you have to put. Okay, now I think that the code is visible to you. Now if I run the program, okay, if I run the program, so I'm moving here and I want that the values are asked in the next line, so I put here slash n. Okay, and any more thing? No. So let's start, run the code. Okay, and there is some gap in between, so I provide a gap here. So if you are running this code, the compiler is compiling here and it is showing you some output. Oh sorry, what is the uh, what error it is showing actually? In scanf I told you in previous that you have to use address sign. Okay, sorry, since it is running, that's why we have to first run it. Okay, so now error is complete, compilation is done. I have to again, now I am going to correct my code. So I have to use here address symbol and here also address symbol. Okay, I will tell you in detail when we discuss the pointer in upcoming lectures. Okay, now run the code. Okay, it is compiled successfully. And what happening actually, the compiler understand there is a variable num1 of integer data type, num2 of integer, num3 of integer data type. Now it is read this statement, printf enter your number. Okay, so you are going to enter, it is going to print as it is. Now scanf is written, that's why it is waiting you to give some value. Okay, so I am going to give it 34. Okay, and the second value like 45. Okay, so both the values I provided here. Okay, 45, and when I press enter, okay, so you see here your sum of 34 and 45 is 79 is printed. Okay, so if you again run it and provide some different value like 45, 76, okay, and press enter, then it is going to print you the sum. Okay, so I hope that this code is clear to you. Okay, this part of code is clear to you. Okay, so please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you, have a nice day.